is a really great initiative by Ideas First, and the areas that you are targeting. I have some first-hand experience in this area in our own city in Calcutta, primarily in the air pollution and some in the water pollution. This is kind of initiative really definitely will help and the need of the current hour, of course. Two quick use cases or case studies I might like to talk to all of you. Like as a part of World Bank project, there was an initiative started 1 year before the COVID in 2019, where we were the first city in India to generate hyper-local pollution heat map.
Okay.
And we had our data coming from the government sensors, and then coming from the sensors that World Bank supported us in that. So that's become used for different and very research purpose as well. Even during COVID, in Kolkata, in Delhi, in London, there are another in Paris, the four cities, we correlated the pollution along with the hyperlocal data for COVID. So whether to check whether pollution had some impact or not. Now this also an initiative was was there in Kolkata, and then we did it in Delhi and other cities. There were other initiatives where even we took the data from satellite for Calcutta to identify the pollution flow, air flow in a map kind of for pollution, air pollution, primarily for NO2, PM 2.5, PM 10, and for the local O3 and O2, SOx, NOx, what you call in technology. So those are the things. So a lot of things has happened, and of course the main thing is the awareness among everybody. I mean, right from all the stakeholders that you had mentioned. So definitely in all stakeholders, this awareness is required, right from an individual level who is driving a car should really think of EV. Even how the way the public commuting, the city has to change. In fact, there was some initiative. Calcutta was even the first city in India who had the public transport. 80 buses were launched a couple of years back. That was the first city in India to launch EV of 80 fleets. And now there are more than 200 fleets which is running in Kolkata in electric vehicles. So there we have shown our interest as in the city. Of course, NASSCOM as well as all the IT community is definitely will be willing to participate in any of the initiative that you are taking forward and can help whatever is possible from us. Thank you all, and thanks again for this initiative.
Very good morning all. I understand many of our friends have logged in online, and of course the August gathering here as well. It's Rajesh, when Rajesh approached us few weeks back telling us that okay, on the occasion of tomorrow is Environment Day. On the occasion of Environment Day, we are actually having this 2-day sensitization for the city of Kolkata. And it's not just city of Kolkata, because it's an online mode. We are actually reaching out to many more people. I understand that this event is going to many other cities also, Rajesh, going forward. So that's absolutely a welcome initiative. As Sanjoy was just mentioning, from NASSCOM, we are absolutely committed to this ESG track, as we call it. Many of you would know about ESG tracks, what exactly it's all about, social governance, environment. So this is extremely crucial to keep it in the priority chart. So from NASSCOM, there are a calendar of initiatives which we engage with tech companies, and mostly some of the bigger companies would be aware of some of the initiatives because they have a focus teams geared towards that. But the challenge for us is a bit more in geographies where there are small SME companies and the middle level companies who need to be more aware of how they can contribute more about carbon footprint, or you talk about sustainability, what kind of initiatives are being done. So I think it's very important that I understand that in next 2 days, in different sessions, you will highlight some case studies.
Right.
That is extremely crucial in every factor, be it as the case that Sanjoy was mentioning on the air pollution or the dumping of plastic in sea, the kind of hazardous environment which are being created. We know about forest fires. And there's a lot that technology can do to basically counter and act as an enabler to make sure that we pollute less and we keep track of things. It should not be just restricted to boardroom discussions. That's most important. Secondly, I think from NASSCOM side, in a city level, if you look at it, we do certain initiatives like very basic things like cycle to work. Now you could see green cycle tracks in most parts of Newtown and Sector 5. I understand that Mr. Sen is going to come and talk tomorrow as well. He's going to talk about many more case studies. But this is something consciously we're doing, and I can see a lot of our younger friends taking this route. Not only that, various other things like you are being conscious. That is very important. I have the privilege of working out of a green building in Sector 5. So there are certain norms which need to be followed. There are certain initiatives which are required, certain best practices which need to be followed. On various other aspects, like you talk about waste management, you talk about segregation. There are bottlenecks, there are problems still, as we know, because even if it's happening on a household level, but while collecting, it is getting mixed up. So these are certain challenges which still exist and which we need to take care of. So I think there is a series of best practices, sensitization, which is extremely essential, and it should not be just restricted to metros like Kolkata or Delhi, Bombay, but it also has to go to the grassroots level. It goes to tier 3, tier 4 levels. And where I understand that our leaders from different NGOs are here, that they should participate, and NASSCOM would be working with you in whatever level you want, be it for sensitization or also actual on-ground action. We have also a division called NASSCOM Foundation, apart from the ESG initiatives. So NASSCOM Foundation leverages and works with a lot of NGOs. We work with guys who have CSR funds for proper utilization. A lot of computers are donated to guys who need it, and of course proper, as I was talking about, solid waste management. So even the typical the tremendous amount of used batteries, used mobile phones, used laptops, they need to be properly taken care of, so that you just not dump it. So that's extremely crucial to make sure that we are making sure that the earth is livable even after 50 years when our next generation is coming up, right? I was just talking to my daughter this morning when I was coming here, so she was so excited. So what are you guys doing? Are you going to say something new that when you're going there? What are the new things? These guys, see, you all know about Greta Thunberg. The way she took it as a vendetta, she actually took it up and she made a name for herself. Not only that, she made sure that they reduce carbon footprint in their own home. That's where it starts from. So every one of us need to make sure that we started from a very grassroots level. We spread the word. That I would stop here, Rajesh. I don't know whether how much of impact this event would create across India, but I can only tell you that these kind of activities and events are extremely essential, because we are not doing much about it, and this is where we'd be dedicatedly working with initiatives like that you are taking. So my compliments to the full team out here, and we are committedly with you in this journey. Thank you.
First of all, thank you, Rajesh ji, for creating this opportunity for us. We've got to meet people who are doing such excellent work in this field. I'll just tell you another organization that I am involved with. It is called Paryavaran Sanrakshan Gatividhi. So it's a movement basically where we are trying to motivate our generation as well as the youngsters towards the awareness of climate change and how we can control the pollution. So the three main things that we are working on are the 3 P's: plastic hatao, pani bachao, and ped lagao. So these are the 3 initiatives that we are working on. And Gram Samriddhi Foundation, I have been there with them for the last 4 years, and this is where I resonated with the Paryavaran Sanrakshan also, because we have the same goal. So I'll just tell you a little bit about Gram Samriddhi Foundation. We started in December 2016 as a pilot run in a place called Keshiari in near Kharagpur in West Midnapur. So we took it, we adopted 5 villages, 10 villagers from 5 villages, and we put up a project wherein we provided training to these farmers, about 10 farmers. We provided biogas plants, which is renewable energy, as we all know. We taught them how to do organic zero-cost farming. And we encouraged them to make their own small ponds, which is called doba here in the local language, where the excess rainwater can be harvested, and which would, as we all know, Midnapur largely depends on rainwater for their farming. So accumulating that water so that they can get an extra crop, or there is enough water for their animals, and they can do some fishing also there. And the next thing was to gradually influence the farmers to move away from paddy cultivation. West Bengal may mostly have been dependent on paddy cultivation, and we all know it is very much water inducive. It exploits the soil heavily. And so what we have been doing this is that we are convincing them to move away from paddy cultivation and to fruit plantation. Our studies have shown that fruit plantation is at least 10 times more lucrative, money-wise, and the effort is less, and it is a boon for the environment also. We all know that, be it biodiversity, attracting the birds and the insects, then the green forest which is being created, it is also bringing down the heat or the global warming, and it's also increasing the water retention capacity of the soil. So these are the three things we have been working on since last 3 years to 2019 onwards. We went into a big way in fruit plantation. Started small, and gradually we have gone up, and till now we have already done 245,000 fruit trees in the 6 districts of West Bengal. And we have large targets, so I'm sure with all of our support, we will be able to do much better. Thank you, that's it for now.
हाँ, अर्चना जी आइए और अर्चना जी की टीम आइए. हम लोग छोटा सा एक आपको पौधा गिफ्ट करना चाहते हैं. ये जूट का बना हुआ है और ये पर्यावरण के लिए भी बहुत अच्छा है.